It's Stargrave, the Last Prospector week here at OnTableTop, and we have some amazing prizes up for grabs. We'll be choosing winners from 3 of our communities, 1 from the comments on YouTube, 1 from the comments from OnTableTop.com, and 1 from the Cult of Games members, so you guys get an extra chance to win. Make sure and get your comments in, and we hope you enjoy the week.
Hello folks, and welcome to Stargrave week for The Last Prospector. So the new campaign book for Stargrave. Shay will be joining me on this journey into the Unarab system as we go in search of a big score from a contact who's gone somewhere.
Indeed, yeah. Who knows?
So before we get stuck into the games proper, the Last Prospector has a few new backgrounds and some new soldiers as well that myself and Shay thought we would have a look at. Now, because Shay is exciting and new, virgin.
Very.
And also because he's using technically the same loadout of crew that Justin had put together, but you've chosen new powers for your crew.
Yep.
So I thought it was only fair that I would have a look at the new things rather than try and melt his head with some extra bits and pieces. So there are 2 new backgrounds that you can use in the campaign. Well, not even in this campaign, just in your Stargrave campaigns. There is a Fate Winder, who use glimpses into parallel dimensions to see all possible outcomes of what's going on, and so their powers stem from that.
That sounds fun.
Mystics and fortune tellers. And then there's also an Investigator, so tend to wear lighter armor and also spend their time sort of hulking around dens and bars and that sort of thing, eking out the information they need. So I've decided I'm actually going to take an Investigator as my first mate. So my Cheddar monk captain is still going to be Revan on board the Sable Kestrel, but he's going to be backed up by Candra's Solo, who's going to be my Investigator. And he's also got a few new powers as well. So I'm hoping that being able to use things like bait and switch to send people off who think they're carrying loot tokens to actually not be carrying them. So that's a good one.
Interesting, okay.
Smash and grab, so I can
That sounds fun.
unlock loot tokens within 1 inch and receive no movement penalties for carrying them. And so you can see where I'm going here. I want him to be somewhat loot focused, even if he's not picking them up himself. The fact he can open it for somebody else and then jog on is good. Also Pistol Expert, which is one of the new powers. You no longer jam on a 1, so 1s are not fluffed rolls, and 19s or 20s are crits.
That's quite nice.
He will fire first if he gets the chance.
Uh-huh.
And finally, Fortune is his 4th power. Fortune's an interesting little one in that you activate it on yourself, you keep a little token, and then you can discard it anytime to re-roll a combat roll, shooting roll, or stat roll. If you do that, you must take the result of the reroll. Doesn't really matter. No figure can have more than 1 fortune at a time, so it's a bit of backup for my captain. I feel, and really the way I'm seeing it is, they get in, get the loot, and get out.
Smash and grab, literally.
While Revan is standing up the front, wielding his void blade, and he has gone a bit more. You know, he's very much like the prodigal knight of the Cheddar monks that Revan is. So he's got void blade, of course. He's also got dark energy for a bit of range, so he can hit people with the old force lightning.
That sounds terrifying.
Unlimited power. But he also has life leech, so I can do some damage to people to heal himself. And he has a heal, which is just a straight heal for himself or friends within 6 inches. So all of those are kind of good. And then I've got cancel power to try and negate one of yours, which I'm hoping will stand my crew in good stead. I like the fact he's a bit light, he's a bit dark. He can heal in two ways. He can, cause damage in multiple ways. He's got the neutral cancel. He's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. It's like, Cheddar monk. Just perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I'm not going to try and balance pencil because I'll drop it.
No.
But yeah, so that's my captain and my first mate. What are you looking at then? Who is your crew?
We are the Sons of Dylan.
Right.
And we ride on the Predator.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I see where this is going.
On the behalf of our captain, Dutch.
Dylan, you son of a gun.
You son of a gun, yes, that one. Dutch is quite a beefy guy.
Yep.
He's quite a beefy guy. He's got combat armor. He's also got a lovely carbine. It's fantastic. +4 shoot, so he's not bad at all. Not bad at all. But he does have a few powers, so he does.
Yeah, so what have you taken for him? Because this is new. And what's your thinking behind them?
First off, we've got armory.
Right.
Which basically, before the game starts, I roll a dice and I can get combat armor, which is like heavy armor, but better.
Yeah, with built-in stuff. Yeah, it's like...
And I don't take the minus to move.
Good, yes.
So I was like, why not? That sounds great.
Yep.
And even if I don't get it, I can just pay for it.
Yep.
So that's A-okay.
Yep, save yourself some cash.
Yeah, I've got coordinate fire, which basically roll a dice. I can choose a member of my crew in line of sight, and they get a +1 to their shoot, which is why I have the sniper.
Makes sense.
Why not? Even better shooting. I've also got command on him. Basically, I can choose a member of my crew in line of sight, and they can take their turn immediately.
Right.
Which I think is great for someone like Picard.
Yeah.
Who, if he's close enough, he can just start rattling stuff off.
Yeah, especially if you get the initiative with Dutch. So if you could activate your or your first mate before my first mate or captain have activated. Get your get your retaliation in first. Is that what they say?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Or if Dutch isn't in the place to do anything else, you can just say, hey, right, there you go, mate. Sure, go now. Which I thought was quite nice. Target designation. Basically, any one of your figures I choose get a -2 to their fight.
Okay, for being shot in the face.
Exactly.
So I can see you're leaning into the shooting here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Shooting all the time.
Come on, +4 shoot, I'm obviously going to. He's also got indifference, which I thought would be maybe useful at some point. Basically, he never counts as wounded, and he can choose to ignore stuns.
Okay.
So he can shoot for longer.
That's very good. Especially the wounded one, so you're not dropping the one action.
Exactly.
If you
can still move and shoot how he likes.
Yeah.
So I thought that was quite good for him. But yeah, very much shooty.
Very shooty. I like him indifference as well. It sounds like Arnold. Not that Dutch is Arnold. Dutch is very much Arnold. Yeah, I can see him being riddled with bullets and still working at full capacity to take everybody else around him.
Absolutely. That's my captain. My first mate is Picard.
Oh.
Yeah, Picard.
Okay.
Main man himself. Not quite as beefy, obviously. Whereas lighter armor and stuff, less HP. But he is a Zionist.
Yeah, he's Zionist background, so that you don't want to take the armor interference when he's trying to do stuff.
Absolutely not.
What's he got then? Because I seem to remember when Justin ran him, I don't think he ever used the power because he spent all his time firing grenades from a grenade launcher.
I'm not surprised. Really not surprised. He does still have a grenade launcher, yes.
Okay.
But I'm going to be quite the opposite, I think.
Right.
I mean, a grenade launcher's nice, but some of these powers are quite spicy.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
So what's he running with?
Speaking of spicy, psionic fire.
Right.
Basically, there's 2 activation of 10 does cause me a damage, which is unfortunate. But
can't have everything.
Whatever. Yep. I get to place 2 flamethrower templates as the way to meet a flamethrower attack, and any figure touching it, so anyone inside or even near it, has a +3 flamethrower attack against them.
Okay.
And I get to place 2 of them.
Get to place 2.
So I just have 2 flamethrowers for free.
Just beaming.
Yeah.
From all directions.
Yeah. Just out of both ears.
Like a bad night on the curry. Front and back.
Front and back. Oh no.
Right. Well, yeah, I can see how that's going to be annoying.
Yeah, it's a big damaging spell. I thought that would be quite nice to have. Yeah. Psionic Shield is next. Basically, anytime I'm shot at, I get half the damage,
Ooh,
which will keep him alive for a wee bit longer, so he can
I
cast
guess-
more spells.
especially with no having no armor of which to speak. Really,
Yeah,
having
yeah.
the incoming damage is particularly tight.
Exactly. He's also got a suggestion, which basically any one of your guys in line of sight has to make a will test. If they fail, they drop any loot they're carrying and move 3 inches any direction I choose.
All right, walk them off a bridge.
I can just say, you drop that loot there, go away, mate.
Just go away.
I'm having that.
Go and play with that monster in the corner.
Yeah, I think that would be quite interesting. Or even walk them off the board.
Oh yeah,
They'd be right, you're leaving now. And he'd just, he's gone.
your job here is done.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Thank you for bringing this loot to me. Goodbye.
Right.
Finally, he's got Regenerate, which is regain up to 3 hit points on himself. Not like yours where you can do it for other people.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But handy though if you're taking strain from things like Psionic Fire
Exactly.
or the Psychic Shield and things like that, so you can replenish when you need to.
Exactly, yeah.
It's quite nice. It's also very different as well. You've got one guy who's very, very military, and then you've got another one who's super psychic, but he's got all the bells and whistles to be super psychic.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the rest of your crew lineup look like then?
The rest of my lineup, we're going to leave the best on that.
Okay.
So we are. I have a Chiseler, who is a safe cracker, basically. Gets the physical loot easier. I have the Hacker, who gets the digital loot easier. I've got 2 Commandos and a Sniper. Just good shooty boys.
Yeah.
Why not? I've got a Medic who can heal up wounds and stuff. And we have a Recruit who's useless.
Okay.
But the best. We've got Dog. Got a Dog.
Got Dog.
Got a
Will
dog.
travel.
Dog. Dog is the best.
Right. And that's just...
He's just a dog.
It's just Dog. That's just Dog. It's the ship mascot.
He can't even carry anything.
Right.
He's just a dog.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's one way of doing it. My crew is similar. I've got one of each for data and physical loot as well. So we've got Chimp and Thrawn. And then I have 2 red shirts, so 2 recruits, Albar and Voss, bare bones. I have a runner for picking up loot and running off, because my hope is Kandra Solo will unlock loot boxes and then he can come zipping in, grab them and away.
Makes sense, yeah.
I've got my Grenadier Thrask, so my Trandoshan with a grenade launcher.
Oh, he'll be fun.
Yeah, he always is. And then previously I had ran a couple of commandos, but I'm actually picking one of the new troop types, which is interesting. There's, I want to say, 4 new troop types. Yeah. So we've got Striker and Bruiser, who are very good hand-to-hand. One is big and beefy, and the other is very stabby, but they do just like clubbing things to death. There's an Engineer, which is good for getting stuff on board your ship and for getting discounts on ship repairs and parts and bits and pieces, which is interesting. 100 light armor, it's not really what I'm after in my life.
Passive guy.
But I've decided to go for the Terrain Expert.
Right.
So they have +3 fight and shoot. So they're some of the better fighters.
Yeah.
They've got Expert Climber. They've also got Master of Cover, which is a new ability. If people are firing at them from over 6 inches away or more, then they count as being in light cover if they're not being in heavy cover already, even if there's no terrain.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Now, it does mean their armor goes down by 1, but I'm hoping the fact that they won't get shot as much, they won't need the armor.
Yeah.
If they're taking the hit from being shot, then the armor comes more in for mitigation, but I'm
You're
hoping
they'll never get hit.
I'm hoping they'll never get hit, which does mean I've got an incredibly lightly armored crew.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's got more than armor of 10. Oh no, my Grenadier does. The Thrask, the Trandoshan, has got an armor of 11.
What a lad.
Yeah, but I think the Sable Kestrel and the Cheddar Monks will do the Lord's own work in the Honoreb system as we hunt for the Last Prospector. So it'll be fascinating to see how your crew stick the pace.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So that's us. We will be back with the first game soon. Let us know what you think. If there's anything that you always include in your crews, let us know. If there's anything that we've missed that should have been glaringly obvious, it's like, why have you not brought one of these? The answer is because. But otherwise, we'll be back soon for fun and games in Stargrave.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.